Thanks for that, Katie. It's now 33 minutes past the hour on this November 5th, Election Day. It is here. You're taking a live look at the White House, home of President Joe Biden for now and soon to be the home of either Vice President Kamala Harris or former President Donald Trump. Now, history will be made no matter who wins, with Harris looking to become the nation's first woman to win the presidency and Trump looking to become the first president since 1892 to win back the White House after losing a first bid for re-election.
Jasmine Monroe there as we checked in at the top of the broadcast. Now with a little more, talking about some record early voting numbers. Today also expected to be busy at the polling sites. Hello, Jasmine. Good morning.
Yeah, hey, good morning to both of you. That's right. Over 280,000 people have already cast their ballot here in Duval County. And someone who knows a little bit more about that is the supervisor of election, Mr. Jerry Holland, joining us here this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, today is a very special day. This is like Christmas to you, okay?
It really is. And it's also like the final leg of a long marathon. We've already had 156 hours of early voting, so we're waiting for this last 12 hours of voting to complete this election.
All right, so there are a lot of people out there who still need to cast their ballot. What is something that they need to know, especially for the folks who are voting for the first time?
Well, and first-time voters, as well as people who may not have voted since 2020, is know where your polling precinct. You cannot go to those early voting sites and expect they're going to let you vote there. There's no early voting. Go to your precinct, go to duvalelections.gov, click on voter status, and it'll tell you your location.
And a lot of people get confused when they are in those lines. So say you're in line at 6:58 at night in the evening time. Are you still able to cast your ballot when that clock strikes 7 o'clock?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll put the poll worker deputy at the end of the line at 7 o'clock. And everybody in line, no matter if it takes an hour, will be entitled to vote. But if you get there at 7:01, we'll see you at the next election.
Yeah. All right. I do want to mention one more thing. Is it safe? You know, we are seeing a lot of things happening nationally, but here locally in Duval County, have you guys received any of those threats coming into the offices?
We feel very good for this election. We worked with our law enforcement partners, the Sheriff's Office, FBI, and Homeland Security. They're on call. They're ready to respond. The key is if you're a voter and you see anything that you feel is alarming or somehow threatening, let us know. Let everybody know immediately.
Yeah, and folks are probably wondering what is housed here at this site. A lot of things. This is not an actual voting location. This is where things are housed.
Yeah, this is our election center. This is where our call center is, where we do our training. All our equipment is stored here. The canvassing of the election. After this election is over tonight, the provisional ballots will be brought in. The canvassing board will meet, and we'll go over every last ballot to make sure everyone is counted.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much for joining us, and I'm pretty sure we will be seeing you again throughout the night, and good luck for the rest of the day. Folks at home, remember your ID and make sure you get out and cast your ballot today here for Election Day. Reporting from Duval County, Jasmine Monroe, First Coast News, on your side.
You heard the supervisor of elections, Jerry Holland, mentioned there. It's kind of the last leg of a marathon because we've had early voting. So we'll look at some of our early voting numbers across our First Coast. The two largest counties in Georgia, Camden and Glenn County. 54% of eligible voters cast their ballots already early in Camden County. 58% early and absentee ballots were cast in Glenn County. Now, coming back to Florida, in Duval County, the early voting record was broken this election cycle. As you can see the party breakdown there on your screen, with nearly 290,000 early votes cast, 354,000 total votes ahead of Election Day, considering mail-in ballots as well. In St. Johns County, about 2/3 of eligible voters have already cast their ballots. More than half were registered Republicans. And in Clay County, 96,000 people have voted. That's 61% turnout.